Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited for today's episode of Thrift Store Makeovers. If you were here with me last week, then this is a very familiar face because this was last week's video where I sculpted onto this thrift store find and I built this really messed up bunny, and I did what I could to patch him up with the puffy paint, which you can see with all this color. And today we're finally gonna fix him, starting of course with many coats of acrylic white gesso. This is a base coat, obviously, to cover up all of the messy colors underneath from my patchwork and just from the original piece itself in the clay. And this will also help level everything out a little bit and just make sure that the acrylic paint that I'm going to be using actually adheres to it. And after many coats, this is how it looks, all fresh and white, and honestly, it's already looking a lot better. If you're with me and been following with me in these past, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks, then you probably saw the sketch that I did of and for this project. I'm actually ending up changing it completely. Well, I guess not entirely completely because the shape is still the same. But the colors and the original idea I switched. In my original sketch, I was going to paint the bunny this blue color. The blue was mainly because I have a good amount of this blue that I've been wanting to use. But originally the blue was going to be for the bunny, but as you can see, I switched it for the base, and I'm painting the bunny this gray color. Gray again because I have a ton of this gray. My original idea was to have like the bunny in like a trash can kind of thing, but I kind of felt like that idea would be better for like a raccoon in a trash can. And when I was talking to my mom about this, she kind of said that it looked like the bunny was in like a bathtub, and I really like that idea, so that's what I ended up going with. But this gray is pretty dark and ended up drying darker, so I later on do lighten up the gray a bit, and painting over it all just to change it. I don't really know what the hat piece is for now, because now he's like in a bathtub and this hat is kind of a part of the bathtub in a way based on how I painted it. And originally I wanted it to be removable. I put in a magnet on the 2 pieces so they would be removable, but the paint ended up sealing it on, so it's not removable. It's just a little hat accessory for him. To add on to the bathtub or the bunny taking a bath idea, I used a darker blue to paint in between the bunny and the actual base and had some water dripping down on it. And I also added a little splatter of water on top of the bunny's head and of this little tile thing he has going on. And off camera, I did a bunch of the details and touch-ups and the face with this really cute blush, mostly because I can't do those kinds of things on camera because I always end up blocking the camera with my head because I end up getting really up close and personal to the piece. Oh, and I also put my initials and the date on. Although it is far from over, I just had to put that stuff in beforehand so I can add things like the matte the Mod Podge, the sealant. So I sealed in everything with a layer of matte Mod Podge, and then after that I actually added a glossy finish onto the actual bunny itself and on the water details, just to make it look more wet and watery. I think it really worked out, and I think it looks really cute this way, but I'm still not finished. Normally that's the last step, but on top of the platform I have these plastic, I believe, ducks, and I really wanted to add them to it because I felt like it would be just like a cute little extra detail that would also help with the taking a bath vibe that I was going for. And so I used super glue to glue them on top, and I think I also put a little bit of, I think, Mod Podge, glossy probably, to help reinforce the ceiling. And now it is finally finished once everything was dry, and I absolutely love him. honestly, this might be one of my favorite things I've ever created. I think he looks so cute. The idea is so cute. And from what it came from the thrift store find to my horrible sculpting that I did on it with the really messed up clay, I'm just so happy with how he turned out. I think he looks so cute. Very similar to my original idea, except the theme changed a bit. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye!